That's what we're not doing right now. We're not creating, either the spacing of the holes or guys not making the blocks. That's not happening.
With the pressure that you talked about, Rutgers brings, do you go to more like max protect sets when you're going to try and throw the ball now? Like how are you trying to offset that pressure?
Well, what happens with their pressure? It's kind of like us on defense. You can scheme it up where people can max protect, but you can bring it from a different side. You show this way and make them turn protection here and bring it off the edge the other way. And that's what Rutgers does. They're going to show you field pressure a lot, and they'll bring it from the boundary, or they'll show you boundary pressure and bring it from the field. It's all about guys matching up and making those blocks where even if you do slide it one way, whoever blocks the edge, you have to block the edge. We can't allow a guy to just run through the A-gap and hit the quarterback, and that's what you get a bunch up. That's what they do a lot of. You see guys just running right through gaps, just clean, and just, hitting the quarterback and the ball's coming out, or hitting the running back and the ball's coming out, and they're creating turnovers. But it's all about max protection. However you turn it, that we just have to be able to get a hat on people and block them.
Do you expect to continue to use Styron in a couple series?
Yeah, we probably will, just because, he's deserved it. He was a starter, and he's deserved that right.
Charlie, on that point, you said after the Kentucky game here, a couple days afterward, and I want to read the quote to you. You said, "I'm not one of those guys who believe you lose your position because you're injured. It's still about competing." So what was that maturation with Teddy, or what was that like? Is it because of injury, or is it because of something else?
Well, you look at it, and I made that statement, and Stein didn't come back for 3 games later. So now all of a sudden you got a guy, Stein started 2, Teddy plays 9, then Teddy comes in and finishes the Kentucky game, plays the next 2. So now he deserves that right. But those guys, they understand their role, and it's not a quarterback controversy because Teddy's playing well. When Stein gets in, he's going to get his shot.
So it's not an issue of you kind of even looking to the future at this point with a freshman. It's just Teddy's earned that right through his performance?
Right. I'm never going to look to the future, and that's what I told this football team. It doesn't matter, guys. We're going to compete every week, and whoever's in there, the best players are going to play. So it's never like we're looking down the road. It is now. I live in the present. I don't live in the future. What has to happen is we got to get this thing turned right now, and we can't worry about what's going to happen later on.
Charlie, how can you use Rutgers' pressure against the quarterback to your advantage with Teddy's athleticism?
Well, Teddy, he has to get rid of that football because they're going to bring the pressure. And we have to win outside. Our wide receivers are going to have to win outside, and we're going to have to be able to either outrun their DBs or get open. We have to find spacing outside with our wide receivers, but our offensive line is going to have to protect also because we know this. They're going to bring the pressure, and they do it as who they are. They've created a lot of turnovers of bringing the pressure, but we have to win outside. With the wide receivers and our backs and our offensive line going to have to block them.
Can the Big East come out of this if you add Boise State, Navy, and Air Force? You've seen all that. Do you feel like the league will be better?
Well, Boise's a really good team. Then the Navy brings, but it's all about. I don't know how it's going to sort out, or who's going to join and who isn't going to join. But you would like to think that we'll get the right teams in this league to make it a strong league and be able to compete and be able to keep our BCS.
The Big East has, I think, 5 teams, 9 and below in total offense, and several are better than your team in defense. Is that a indication that the offenses aren't very good in the Big East, or the defenses are just that good?
Well, I guess I look at it like you have to win with defense, and probably if you look at Rutgers, Greg's is a defensive coach, but you have to win with defense, and that's what's happening. If you look across this league right now, even in the Cincinnati game, even though they were averaging 45 points, we felt like we could go into that game and hold them to 20 or less points. We felt like that on defense because we were going to bring pressure. If you're able to bring pressure and you're able to get to the quarterback, then you have a chance in this league. And then it's all about just making the hits and creating turnovers. And that's what's happening in this league because you look at Cincinnati's playing really good defense, and Rutgers is playing really good defense. South Florida was, Pittsburgh, all those teams, Syracuse, we're watching the tape and you see all those defenses, and that's what people are playing with. And what they're trying to do is just manage the game on offense where, don't turn the ball over, just go drive the ball, and defensively just let us go out and play and let us see if we can't secure that lead. And that's what we have to do with our defense, just secure the lead. If we get a lead, we're up 9 now, let's go secure it on defense.
younger offensive linemen, do they struggle more physically, like size-wise, to that adjustment to college football, or is it more sort of tricks that their coaches can play on them and schemes and that sort of thing?
When you watch a young lineman, it's all about the scheme, because that's what you try to do. You're going to scheme up those guys, because what you don't want, you want to show them something they've never seen before. And you may have a guy here, and then all of a sudden, the last second, you move the guy, and it ain't quick enough for them because they haven't played enough. Like Jamon Brown goes into the North Carolina game, he hasn't played enough. So when they showing him a guy line up over him, then they just move the guy inside, and then the guy just rushes up the field where he doesn't know to step back inside because this guy was there. He's thinking, this guy is standing outside, that's who I block outside. But it's all about scheme, and that's what you try to do. You try to scheme young linemen and just get guys running across their face which they've never seen before. You put two on them, you bring a guy up the field, twist a guy inside of them, and a lot of times they're going to let that guy inside go on the twist. Not only Jamon, but a whole lot of young linemen in this conference to let that happen. That's what we felt like with Cincinnati. If we could get them to third down, we knew we were going to bring pressure and we was going to get to the quarterback. And that's why we were so good on third down against them.
You talk about Rutgers being a pressure team. You expect them to kind of do a lot of, I don't know what you call it, trickery or games with their defense to try to confuse your linemen?
They do, and if you watch Rutgers, it's like they bring field pressure where they bring a strong safety and they bring a defensive man or backer outside, and they do a lot of pressure from the field. They're long stick guys to bring them all the way across the lineman face, hoping he'll chase the long stick. What I mean by long stick, a guy coming across your face, hope you'll chase him, and then they'll bring somebody right off of him, right inside, and then and that's right in the quarterback's face. But that's who they are, and just watching them break down, that's what they're going to do on defense.
Charlie, you talked about this a little bit, but how similar are these teams? And if both teams have been struggling a little bit on offense but have strong defense, what kind of matchup does that set us up for on Friday?
Well, you try to look at it, and you're just hoping that just offensively you don't turn the ball over, and you just get a play or two, and then you let your defense go out and go win the football game. And then that's the whole league is like that. They're going to let their defense go out and try to go win the football game. And that's why I said, Cincinnati, we played good on defense, but then you're up 16-7. Let's not give up a big play, guys. We have the lead. Let's let defensively go play the game. We can sit there all day just to make sure they don't score. If they don't score, they have no chance to win. But it's going to be a matchup game, and just see the turnovers, who's going to get turnovers, who can get off the field on third down, where we don't have the penalties, and then let's go see if somebody can go make a play.
How much pressure does that put on the defense, though, knowing that there's not a huge margin of error for them, that if they let up one or two scores, that could be it? I mean, does that change the mindset at all?
Well, I like to look at it like this, and we have down there, our plan to win is play great defense. That's number one. So we go play great defense, then we know we can go win the football game. But those guys understand it. I don't think it's so much pressure. I think that's what they understand. The guys, we're going to go play great defense. If we play great defense, then we have a chance to go win this football game. So go stop them. Your job is to stop people. Go stop them and get the ball back for the offense and see if we can go score. But we have to create turnovers, and we can't allow people to score in the red zone. But it's defensively, it's what we try to build this program on, is to go play defense. Great defense is what we try to, and that's what we want here. Because you play great defense, you have a chance to go win championships.
How important is this game now after the Cincinnati loss moving forward in your conference play?
Oh, it's very important, because now we have a loss in the conference, and we need to go play well, but we need to go play well at home. We're going to have a good home crowd here. Our fans are going to come out and support us. We need to go play well at home. And I know it's a conference game, but still, though, within our team, we need some confidence, and we need to get it going for ourselves. And guys need to go play well at home. We're at home, guys. Let's go play well. We haven't defended our home turf all year long. We didn't defend it last year. Now here's a good team coming in here for us to go defend it against.
Charlie, did you literally call out some of the veteran players? You mentioned that young guys have been stepping up and playing well. Now you need the older guys.
Well, but what I did is last week I met with probably 25 guys. And I just told them how I felt about it, and it was it. And then what you have to look at is that everybody has a job to do, and everybody should be accountable to one another. And when you're not doing your job, just tell it. I'm not one who holds it back. I'm gonna tell you you're not doing your job. And I told I called in some veterans, and then I called in some young guys. And I expect more. We expect more. We have to expect more to get this program going. And in order for us to go win, guys have to play better, and we're not playing better. We're not playing smart. We're not focused, and that has to happen. And you look at, I mean, there's a great example in the Cincinnati game. You're up 16-7. You come out at halftime, and the focus wasn't there. And then you would think you take the ball and go drive it and not give up big plays on defense, and you go win that football game. You know, that game right there is for us to win. And you look back and you wonder why, but just go play, guys. Don't worry about go play to win the game, not to lose it. And a lot of times this way, you know, you look at it, it's like we're just waiting on something bad to happen. It's not going to happen. Create opportunities for something good to happen for you. And just create those opportunities, it's going to happen.
Did you see the handshake that Jim Harbaugh just
No, someone was telling me about it.
As a coach, can that be tough? Like, I know at the end of the Kentucky game, you had a little bit of time to calm down, but I mean, you were jumping around on the sidelines. When you go out there, I mean, can it be tough to kind of bring it down for...
It depends on how you lost that game. Then a lot of times you don't want to shake a hand. You know, so you just walk up, just hand slap and keep going.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, thank you guys.
I like